Bam. You might notice, you eagle-eyed viewers, that this video and yesterday's video were definitely recorded on the exact same day. That's because I'm not going to be here for most of tomorrow, or not tomorrow, 2 days. Well, I guess 2 days in a row. I just want to record them both. This video will be a little more structured. Well, maybe not a little more structured. This is kind of going to be insane ramblings as well. So, Jujutsu Kaisen. You can notice on my channel, I've been doing some reviews of multiple shows that I have watched, anime specifically. I'm just kind of reviewing it all. So I have this just the record of everything I've ever seen, and if I ever want to look back at my stuff, or if someone else wants to look at what I thought of a show, it'll be right there. So this time, so as you can tell, I'm an anime fan, a Jujutsu Kaisen fan even, you could say, and let me tell you, today we're talking about Jujutsu Kaisen, with the new season coming out, I think like 5 days from now, actually. I'm pretty pumped. I love anything like action related, and I love the mangas of this specific arc, so I'm pumped as fuck for it. But I'll be talking about season 1 of the anime here. And I'm going to say some shit. People aren't going to like it. They aren't. And you know what? If you don't like it, that's fine. We agree to disagree. Like I've said, I like a lot of anime, and I really do like battle anime. And I know it sounds like I'm about to say it's like the worst show ever. It's not that. I just think a lot of people overrate this anime. I think it's good. I think it is good. But I do not think it is anything special yet. I think this next arc is what makes it like, okay, this is pretty good. This next 2 arcs, in my opinion, are what makes Jujutsu Kaisen good. But I think the anime in season 1 is not very good. I don't think it's, well, okay, not very good. It's just not as good as people say. It's still a good show, but people act like it's like 100, like a perfect 100 best shonen anime of all time. It is not that. There's really cool shit. I love Gojo. I love Megami. I love pretty much all the side characters. Mekamaru. I love Panda. I love Maki. Like, I love Nobara. All of them. Gojo especially. Gojo and Nanami, for sure. Those are my boys. But people overrate the hell out of this anime. It is good. The manga specifically. Like I said, the manga, really, really good. Especially these next 2 arcs. The anime right now, not on that level. I see why it's getting the hype that it is right now. Like, I understand because of this next arc. Like, this next arc is pretty close to peak shonen, honestly. Like, it's some bang. It's got some kick to it. And don't get me wrong, even in season 1, there's some really good stuff. But we'll just dive in really fast. So, early season 1. And this is, I'm going to be honest, this first part going to be a lot rougher than the second part when it comes to me like talking about it. First episode, decent. I don't want to say it's great, but it definitely wasn't bad, and it had me interested. That's always good. I like to mention the first episode quite often when I talk about series like this. But the first episode of this show is actually decent. It's not an Attack on Titan. It's not a Demon Slayer. It's also not a Cyberpunk Edge Runners. It's not really any. It's not like a hook like that. Like, it's not like the hook. It's more like it's just under Monster for me, is what I would say. Where Monster got me hooked a little more than JJK, but JJK was still like, okay, I want to see what happens next. Specifically because it ends with a fight with Gojo, and Gojo just looks cool, bro. Like, Gojo just looks awesome. He's like Kakashi, and he's like Kakashi looking wise, and he acts like Urahara, who is like one of my favorite characters in anything. I love Urahara, so well, a little more cocky than Urahara, to be honest. Well, yeah, no, mostly, yeah, more cocky for sure. But I'm pumped, and Sukuna looks cool. Megami looks awesome. And here's where you're gonna see. This is probably the first of many hot takes this video. I do not like Itadori. I don't even really like him in the manga that much. Do I see why people would? Yeah. Do I think that he's anything special? No, not really. I think he's good. That's about it, though. I can't really say much else. I don't even honestly. You're okay. Don't kill me in the comments. I know I'm about to get murdered. But I don't even think Itadori is like a good character until season 3. Like, well, season 2, halfway through season 2 is what it will be. Um, until that, I'm not going to talk about manga spoilers because obviously, but the anime I will be talking about some spoilers. Um, honestly, I think Itadori is like the least interesting character in the series. I do not care about Itadori at all. Like, I don't think he's bad, but I just don't care. I'm like, okay, I get you, man. I do, but like, if I could have a show about Gojo, if I could have a show about Shakuna, if I could have a show about Megami, if I could have a show about hell, even Mekamaru, bro, I'd probably prefer that. Not that it is bad, but I think he's the weakest part of the show, honestly. There's really, or Toto would have been a cool character. There's a lot of characters that are all really cool. I just think Itadori is not a very cool character until season 2, and even then, I'm not still not that big of a fan. I think he's good, but not like the best. He might be the best new gen, but also that's kind of unfair because it's like Black Clover. Actually, no, I prefer Shinra. No, yeah, no, fuck yeah, Shinra is absolutely more. I like Shinra way more. Um, and I haven't even read the manga of Fire Force. I just like him more in the anime. Like already, Shinra is fucking awesome. Um, and I even like Tanjiro, maybe on the same level. But Tanjiro's it's a little different because Tanjiro's like really simple. And I just like that about him, and he's really kind. And so is Itadori, to be fair. But like Tanjiro is like a new level of kind. Itadori really just feels like a main character out of the era of the big three, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But now that I've watched Bleach, Naruto, One Piece, like I've watched even parts of Dragon Ball. I've watched pretty much anything with like the generic shonen main character, and I'm so tired of it. And Itadori is literally until I see you typing those comments. Until season 2, halfway through it, I still think he's bad. But enough ranting about Itadori. Everything else in this show is pretty good. I will say, another thing, I'm kind of biased because I think Hell's Paradise and Chainsaw Man are significantly better, but Mappa for some reason gave all the budget to JJK. Well, not for some reasons, because it made a lot of money. But it still makes me mad because I think Chainsaw Man has a very, very different story that is unique and good. And I think Hell's Paradise is genuinely like what I want every new gen to feel like. Like Hell's Paradise is great. I love Demon Slayer. It's like my favorite new gen probably. But Hell's Paradise is like actually really, really good. It's shonen, but it's different and it's still good. And like I said, I'm a little salty that JJK has gotten so much of the budget. I get it, man. I get it. It made a lot of money, and Chainsaw Man isn't gonna make that type of money. Uh, but please, bro, I want Hell's Paradise season 2 to look really good because I love those. I like them more. JJK is like the middle ground for new gen for me. No, it's slightly higher than that. It's above like most of the new gen. No, it's not. I'm a liar. It's not. It's above Black Clover. It's not above Fire Force. It's also not above Demon Slayer. It's also not above Chainsaw Man. It's also not above Hell's Paradise for me. Uh, okay, I'm getting negative again. Sorry. I get distracted. So then, about halfway through season 1, I'm just gonna skip most of it because it's just generic stuff. It's all right. And then after that, it is actually great. Like Toto is great. I'm not a huge fan of a lot of the like arcs, but the fights are just great, man. The fights are really cool. Um it's a different type of fighting than like I don't know, like Demon Slayer, which is a new gen, or like Fire Force. It's a lot different than that because their powers are just whatever the fuck. Like whatever he wants, he writes that. Like we got Toto over here clapping and being able to teleport like or transport himself to where an item is and switching places and stuff like that. It's all cool. Then we got that's another problem with Itadori. I really just hate. I hate that he just throws hands. I hate it so much. Everyone else has such cool fucking powers. We got Megami with the Shadow Domain dogs and shit. What are they called? Shikigami? I don't remember, but the fucking cool ass dogs. We got Nobara with the fucking hammer and the nail thing. We got a goddamn robot and a panda that can talk, that can transform into like a fucking crazy bear monster thing. It's like, this shit is insane. And a gorilla. He can also transform into a gorilla. There's some cool ass shit. And Gojo, who's just fucking awesome. Like, we got all these cool powers, and Itadori's over here like, I throw hands, which I respect, but it got boring after a bit. I was like, man, can you do something other than throwing hands? Like, alright, I'm sorry. I keep getting into these. But the second half of that season is actually good. I still don't think the story really picks up until 2. I think season 2 will be where the story picks up. And it is also kind of unfair, because I'm just judging season 1, which is like the intro, which for some reason a lot of people like to compare like Jujutsu Kaisen season 1 or Demon Slayer season 1 to fucking like the end of series One Piece, and they're like, well, the story isn't on this level. And it's like, bro, you've been watching 900 fucking episodes. Of course the story isn't on that level. There's so much. They're like, what? What? There's like 20 episodes of JJK. What are you talking about, bro? But I will say I do really like Megami. I think Megami is like my favorite character in that show. Megami is so cool. He has, in episode 23, he has the coolest fucking scene in the entire show, in my opinion. But, and there's some good stuff for sure. But I'm not a fan of the first half specifically. There's good parts for sure. There's like, what the fuck is his name? Like Junta or something? I don't remember. There's a kid who got bullied, and then Itadori goes rage mode when he dies, and it's like, okay, that was kind of cool. And then there's certain fights that are cool, but that's all I can really remember, honestly. Like, that's the memorable parts of the show, and I just rewatched it, so don't be like, he doesn't even remember the show, he doesn't like it. I literally just rewatched it to get ready for a new season. It's forgettable, and I've been watching fucking 80 quintillion episodes of One Piece, I don't know. So, all that considered, so you might think like, okay, well, he's going to give it like a 30 now. No, I'm not going to give it a 30. It is significantly, no, not even significantly. It's better than average. If average is a 50, I would give this show like a, I don't know, 58 or 62, somewhere between there. I'm going to say the first half is like a 35, but the second half is like a 67. So we're going to go with the low end of that, so we're doing 58. So that seems low. I know. I see your comments again. That does mean that I think it's better than average, because average is 50. It's just not very much above average. I know I'm about to get murdered because I said Demon Slayer is like a solid 65 the first season or whatever. And you guys are probably like, that's not okay. He thinks Demon Slayer season 1 is better than JJK. I gotta kill him. And that's fair. But can you please put your knives away? This is just an opinion. I'm a little scared, honestly, of you guys, because I know that a lot of people take this series like very seriously. It's just I'm just talking, man. And like I said, JJK season 2, that's just gonna be peak. I just don't think season 1 is very good. It's not bad. Not bad. Keep that in your minds before I leave. It is not bad. 58 is better than average. But it is definitely the worst of the things I've shown so far. It's probably the worst thing that I have talked about on this channel so far. But good. I see you. You're getting mad. But listen here. I think that Jujutsu Kaisen 0 is significantly better. So I'm happy to talk about that when I'll probably do that a few days from now. So pitchforks down, please. That's about it. Later.